Hello there, and welcome to the latest episode of the Property Pilgrimage. I'm Sean Fitzpatrick, and as I'm sure you know by now, I travel the country with the Progressive team looking for amazing property deals from people in the Progressive community. I'm here with the YouTube team today, Tom and Alex, and we're at a property in Christchurch. And this property is pretty amazing because this property is the old schoolhouse. You will not believe what can be done with an old rundown schoolhouse. Let's pop in and meet the people behind this project. Let's pop in. Hello, Tricia. James, lovely to see you both. And thank you so much for having us here today at this amazing property. My gosh, you walk in, it's massive. It's totally massive. This is an old schoolhouse. Was this a classroom? Like, what was it? What's this room about?
This was the Grand Hall, it's called, where they used to hold their assemblies and things, apparently.
The Grand Hall.
We've got all the paperwork and everything, all the documents that they've had from when it was originally a school that we've kept and left for the next owners to cherish.
So, did it look like this when you bought the property?
No.
So this room, obviously we've kept the original features, the beams and stuff. It was slightly smaller than this. There was a staircase in this corner leading up to a very dodgy balcony.
With no rails or anything, it was really uneven, narrow in places.
What an amazing space. Let's just have a look around. So, like, this window, how glorious is that? I mean, I've never seen so much light coming into a room. And this little fireplace, is that original? I'm sure it is.
Yep, that was there already. We've left it because it'll be really nice for a little fire.
Wow, it's an amazing space. How did you find it?
We found it through an agent. It came via somebody else on the No Money Down page, gave us a referral to the agent, and we got in touch with the agent. I think she did viewings with 4 or 5 other people. I booked an appointment, and then unbeknown to me, James booked an appointment after me. And he rocked up as I was leaving.
Oh, wow. So you bumped into each other?
Yeah, bumped into each other at the front gate.
Yeah.
And then I think Tricia hung around until I'd finished my viewing. And then we spoke afterwards and said, do you want to team up on this one?
Well, you left and you rang me and said, we're having a meeting with them Monday at 5 o'clock. Are you in? It's like, sure.
So this is collaboration. Teamwork makes the dream work, so they say. So you mentioned No Money Down, like you saw it on the No Money Down page. What's that?
It's the networking group where we did our original training for No Money Down.
What, through Progressive
Through
Property?
Progressive Property. I've collaborated with 4 other people through Progressive.
4 other people?
Yeah, with various different projects that are going on.
That's amazing. And the thing is, like, working together as the team is what gets the great deals done, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Amazing. Wow, another fabulous space with another great echo. Again, obviously original fireplace.
Original open fireplace in this room, so
That's still
that was an open fire, it's still working. This room is quite cool actually, it's got most of the original features in here. We've quite literally changed the floor, changed the door and decorated.
What was this, a classroom or a...
So this would have been a classroom. Yeah. This door behind us was the door through to the headmistress's office.
All right. So a door that you probably wouldn't want to ever go through.
We bricked it up.
So you bricked it up, yeah.
Kept the door, bricked it up behind. If you were to go through, you'd be in the neighbour's property.
So this property is adjoining the next door property.
Yeah.
And so when you found it, was it a schoolhouse still, or had it already been converted into some sort of livable space?
No, it was already residential, and the split on that had been done 20, 30 years ago, so.
You know what? I think it's absolutely the best decision from the previous people and from you, because look at the intricate detail of these grapes and things. It's just so beautiful. It just makes the room pop a bit more, doesn't it? Yeah. And I can see things like, I don't know what you would even call that, but you know, beautiful little feature there.
So that little feature there and there is the bottom of the beams that we saw in the Grand Hall. So there is one more beam that goes over this, which we'll see, that's upstairs in the master bedroom.
Holding the house up.
Well, let's just pop through here into, oh my God, this looks to me like one of the most amazing kitchens I have ever seen, ever.
This is my dream kitchen.
Well, like, what an amazing kitchen. You said your dream kitchen.
Yeah, I love this kitchen.
So when you were putting this kitchen together, is that what you had in mind? Were you thinking, what kitchen would I
left
love
it
to
to him.
have? You left it to him, okay.
We decided to go outstanding. I feel like it fitted the features of the property, and with a property like this, it needed to have a wow factor.
And he wanted to make sure that all the features everybody complained about or asked for in a kitchen was in this kitchen.
You've really thought of everything with this place, haven't you?
Yeah, so storage was another thing. You know, everyone goes and puts a new kitchen in and they go, we haven't got enough cupboard space. So, you know, we've gone for ample storage, like Tricia mentioned, the full height fridge, full height freezer.
It's brand spanking new ovens.
Everything in the house is brand spanking new.
Fantastic. Let's see the utility room. Oh, I don't want to leave that kitchen, it's so good. Oh, I see. So, washing machine, maybe washer dryer, tumble dryer, fantastic. And of course, a little downstairs bathroom as well.
Downstairs toilet as well. Full height unit for storage there, hoover, mops, buckets.
So this
brushes.
originally was the only bathroom in the house, and it was downstairs, and the wall was further along a bit, and it was crumbling and falling down. So we've knocked the wall down and moved the wall this way to make it a nice utility room to give the kitchen even more space, and made better use of the area in there.
I mean, we mentioned, we can see a lot of light coming in. Shall we pop outside? Because this looks like an amazing garden as well. So I suspect, and correct me if I'm wrong, I suspect that this garden did not look like this when you got the property.
So in this garden, it was absolutely completely caked full of bits and bobs that had been accumulated over many, many years. So there was a shed over this side that was rammed full of timber and old stairs, and we've cleared a lot of rubbish out of this house.
How do you visualize what the hell this thing is going to look like? Because I imagine a lot of people would come and they would see a property that has so much stuff like that in the garden, and they'll just think, what the hell can I do with this, and then leave it. So how did you, like, what was the inspiration? How did you come up with this?
After we left and spoke about teaming up on this project, Tricia said, well, what do we do? And I said, well, first of all, you get me in there and we take everything out. I think in total we cleared just shy of 20 tons of rubbish, and that's not including the trees and the garden waste.
Yeah,
that's solely household waste, furniture,
We also
rubbish.
recycled some of it as well. So the wall that originally came down between the utility and the kitchen is now a lovely patio. So it saved us clearing another 2 skips away.
That is very, very creative, and that would have saved a whole lot of time, effort and money.
Yeah, I think it saved us probably about 5 or 6 skips, which is probably £2,000.
Do you know, that kind of creative thinking, it's a really, really top tip, you know. Start thinking creatively. You don't have to do it the way everybody else does it. You don't have to get the 5 or 6 skips. If you're creative and you do something like this, you can save yourself a lot of time, a lot of effort and a lot of money.
Hi, my name's Kevin McDonald. I'm the elite trainer here at Progressive Property. Over the last 12 years, I've built up a 100+ property portfolio using creative property investment techniques. And if you want to replicate this success, then you can join us at a multiple streams of property income. It's the UK's flagship property event, and you can join right now completely free.
So we're now in this space, and I can see there's a staircase here, obviously going up the stairs. Was that staircase always there? Is that original?
There was a staircase there, but it was a spiral staircase that was put in there. It wasn't very safe.
Yeah, very narrow wooden spiral staircase, very dangerous. It was sat on the floor in here. The floor joists in here were actually rotten, so it had sunk through the floor joists. This floor and this floor in here, we actually replaced completely, joists, boards and finished flooring.
Right, shall we pop upstairs? I love the stained glass window, original feature.
Yeah.
So you kept this room. Is this basically how it was?
Originally, this was part of the hallway.
Yeah, it was
this
all
wasn't
open.
a room. This and the hallway out here and the family bathroom was all one big space
With the void
with the
in the
death
middle.
trap in the middle.
With the death trap in the middle.
Well, we could have spent the money that we had, that we used on the refurb, to buy the property in the first place, but that would have put us in even more of a difficult position to carry out the refurb, or we would have had to find additional investors. But the owner of the property agreed to wait for some of the money. So we got a loan, a bridging loan for the 65%, and then she's waiting for the other 35% when we sell the house.
That's amazing. So vendor finance, where the seller of the property helps you to buy the property by effectively allowing you a period of time to not have to pay the full price. And then you're going to pay the full price at some point in the future.
Yep, she's getting 5% interest.
So it's like a win-win-win.
Hopeful she might be a future investor with us as well.
Ah, future investors. And you talk about investors, like a lot of people think they need to use their own money to get into property, so they see that as a barrier. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely not.
No.
To be fair, we did put a fair chunk of our own money into the refurb on this.
And this was a back to brick, so this was like literally...
Back to brick, so new plumbing, new electrics, everything re-plasterboarded, re-plastered.
Wow. And of course you're in construction, so did you do a lot of the work yourself?
Yeah, so about 90% of the work.
So what, so this is your plastering?
Not technically not my plastering, but all the walls that were built, I built them, all the plasterboard that went up.
Tricia, how much building experience do you have?
Loads.
Loads!
No.
Loads now.
I could detect a little hint of sarcasm in there.
I've been
Loads!
okay at, I can turn my hand to stuff. I'm not afraid to get involved. I was more of a labourer on this. I moved a lot of bricks. I did a lot of painting. I held a lot of pieces of wood whilst James was doing whatever he needed to do to them. But I was here at least 1-2 days a week, every single day, because I've got a day job as well. So
you can do a project like this. This is what's really key, I think, for people. You can do a project like this, even in a full-time job, a day job. And there are benefits, I guess, to joint venturing with a builder.
yes.
Yes.
I can't use a hammer or a saw, so he did.
Absolutely. Do not let inexperience of things like this be a barrier. If you do not know how to do a project like this, find someone who does, that you can work together with and then make it happen. It's not a barrier. So just get out there, meet people, joint venture with people, and you can make an amazing project like this happen. You know what? You've done an amazing job here, and what an amazing space. So this is obviously one of the bedrooms. En suite, I mean, I'm just going to pop my head in here. Like, oh wow, I mean, it's brand spanking. It's all brand spanking new.
Everything brand new. So yeah, this is bedroom number 3, double bedroom. All the bedrooms are double.
I love how the sort of grey theme continues from the carpet and things through into there.
Yeah.
Do you know, it gives such a huge sense of space. I mean, these are big spaces, these are big rooms, and just the amount of light coming into these rooms and the colour scheme is just, it really kind of raises everything up. And I mean, even this landing.
Quite an impressive hallway.
Yeah, I call it a landing. I mean, it probably should be called a grand hallway, shouldn't it? Because it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So again, I mean, you talked about moving walls and things. So is this what it looked like?
So it's very open plan with the scary, dodgy walkway around the outside and the void in the middle.
So the void was here?
Yeah, right here. Yeah. And then the spiral staircase came out there. But we wanted to make sure you couldn't have a house like this without having a banister and a feature of the open voids. So what we were really struggling with was how to get that, because it was either going to be in this room or that room, but with the shape of that room and the ground hall, it was really difficult to work out how to do that. So we configured it all around this area here.
So this space is completely transformed then?
Yeah.
100%.
Huge,
Yeah, we got before pictures and videos of the whole house, but this space is definitely probably the biggest change, this area here.
Yeah.
And what an amazing area it is. And if we just pop along.
We've got the bathroom with a roll-top bath in there.
Oh.
Cubby holes in the sink, the shower even.
I love it. I love the bathroom.
Definitely a bathroom to get in.
So we turned this into a walk-in wardrobe. You'll see the shape of the bedroom, which makes it difficult for storage. So we wanted to create an extra space for them to be able to store things in there.
You are going to love this room. Wow. This is amazing.
This is the master bedroom. I spent hours scraping paint off of that wall.
Thought we'd leave that as a brick feature. Obviously we've had the arch window replaced. We've done a built-in headboard with sockets either side because we feel like for the shape of this room there's only one place to put the bed.
So the bed's going to go here.
So the bed has to go
people
there.
People are going to be lying here. And they've got their sockets on either side. And do you know what? What an amazing view of the ceiling. I wish you could see this ceiling view because it's just astonishing. And then of course, you get up in the morning and you see that view. Do you know what? I'm blown away. So this headboard is obviously new.
Yeah.
You've taken the original brick feature, but you just scraped it off. And
scraped all the paint off, yeah. So the bricks was already there.
And was it a decision that you made to kind of scrape this off and leave it like that? Or did you scrape it off and kind of think, oh, it looks rather nice?
After 5 bricks, I was more than happy for it to be painted.
Oh, right, because you were scraping away.
I was told to persevere, so I did.
And do you know what, Trish? It was so worth it. Yes, it's come a long way, and it clearly has, and you've clearly come a long way together as well through the process, because I'm sure there were ups and downs, and I don't know if there were arguments.
Headaches and heartaches.
I think I can be a wind-up merchant at times.
Tricia, you being a wind-up merchant?
With my sarcasm, but... yeah, none of it was ever real. We've actually worked really quite well together.
Yeah, I think it has worked well. I can be quite stubborn and quite my way or the highway. Come together and made quite a good team. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, talking about coming together and making quite a good team, I mean, everybody watching is going to be wondering about, you know, how much does it cost? What are the numbers? So, can we delve in?
Yes, so it was on the market for 300,000. And that's what we paid for it. We were more than happy to give the owner exactly what they needed and what they wanted, because we could see the potential, and we crunched our numbers, and the gross development value at the end we knew was going to be a lot higher. So it's on the market now for 545,000.
545,000.
Yeah.
So it was 300,000 you purchased the property for. Yeah. What was the refurb?
Just shy of 150,000 we've spent.
So
that includes our stamp and legals.
Stamp,
as well,
legals
so.
and refurb.
So 150,000, so it's 300,000 plus 150, that's 450,000.
Yeah.
So you're going to make a profit when this sells.
Yeah, we're looking at hopefully around 95 to 100,000.
95,000 to 100,000 profit. Yeah. How long did the project take?
We got the keys on the 5th of September and it was done by the end of January, so 4 months of refurb.
We anticipated 3.
Yeah.
I was slightly delayed by the windows.
Rotten floors,
and
windows.
Rotten floors, but
and
yeah, we got it done in under 4 months.
Yeah.
You got this done in under 4 months?
4th of September?
You practically live here for 4 months, and we both put everything into it, every opportunity that we were here. Working in the garden, you know, we did a lot ourselves.
Do you know what? I think it's amazing. 4 months for a refurb like this, that's incredible. And there'll be people who are watching this and you're thinking, that's so much work to do, but for £95,000, 4 months of hard graft for 95 grand. Some people can't do that. Most people can't do that in a normal job, right? You know, that's 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of income. So people are happy to work for 5 years to get that kind of money.
Mm-hmm.
All I had to do was move some bricks.
Just put a bit of hard graft in, and for a profit like that, do you know what? What an amazing deal.
You've got to take the risk though, haven't you?
Rob Moore, famous quote, if you don't risk anything, you risk everything. Yeah. So get out of your comfort zone, start taking risks, and if you think property is for you, go and do it. Just go and do property, because like these guys, even if you don't have the knowledge, you can team up with people who do. Yeah. Or you can go to places like Progressive, where Tricia and James met, and learn the knowledge and meet these people and get it done. Do not let the fear of risking these things stop you, because you have a choice, right? You can either continue working in your job, building somebody else's dream, or you can start building your own. Thank you so much for showing us around today. It's been amazing. James, if people want to reach out to you, how do they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, probably the easiest way. I think everyone's got Facebook. So yeah, James Brand on Facebook.
And Tricia?
Yep, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I am my own brand, so you can find me under Tricia Crocker.
Fantastic. Well, I hope lots of people have been inspired. Well, I know lots of people will have been inspired by the story of this property. And who knows, maybe in the future we can see some future projects that you work on.
Without a doubt, we're hoping to complete on one hopefully in the next 4 weeks, which is about twice the size of this.
You do think big, don't you? I love it. I love it. Amazing. Well, watch this space. We're going to find out, maybe we'll catch up with Tricia and James in a future episode about their new development of 12 properties plus what's already on the plot. Thank you so much for showing me around today.
Thank you so much, Sean.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming, Sean.
Oh my word. As a former school teacher, I would have never, ever thought that you could do something like this with an old rundown schoolhouse. This is a project that James and Tricia teamed up together on, that a lot of other people would have looked at and not even known what to do. So if you're someone out there who wants to get involved in property but doesn't know how to do it, with the right network, with appropriate action, and with the right knowledge, you can make anything happen. Because if you can convert a rundown schoolhouse like this into this amazing property, you can convert anything. Looking forward to seeing you next time on The Property Pilgrimage.